Right, tall guy, small bike, yeah? We're having to think the day. And I've seen about the young people buying houses online, and how these government-backed mortgages are coming in. Well, me and my lass were actually the first, well, not the first, but one of the first people to apply for it when it was getting trialled about 2 years ago now. It was getting trialled with Lloyds GSB. I mean, I don't know if it's exactly the same, but I know it was only done by Lloyds GSB. It was 25 backed by the government, 5% put up by you. And I just thought I'd give me 2 cents on it, really. I mean, we borrowed 5,000, I think it was, or 4,000 from I think it was 5,000 from Jamie's Lake Grandma. No, I had to do that because I mean we couldn't get a deposit at the time, no way. But it was the fact that we were paying £385 a week, a month even, fucking hell, a week. What do you mean, canny bit? £385 a month in rent alone, and we were like, wait, this is for a 2-bedroom flat that was tiny. Well, it wasn't that small actually, but it was small enough to worry. A 2-bedroom flat in a very bad area, really. I mean, there was cars setting fire in the fucking street at one point. But anyway, we're looking into it just for comedic value, really, because we weren't intending on doing it. Because I mean, we've only been together 2 years. I mean, fair enough, I can't see my life without her, but at first I was a bit sceptical that we couldn't really buy a house because no people would give her a mortgage. I mean, we weren't married at the time. Well, we're not married now, but we're not married. We've only been together 2 years, and I didn't know if that was going to affect it in any way. Now, we went for it, applied for it, and we got it. The secured were for up to, I think it was 85,000, which is what we could budget to. But that was stretching it a lot. I mean, at the time we were both apprentices as well. We were full-time apprentices, like. But it was a case of we weren't on full pay. But nevertheless, we still got it. But we got the house for 60. Well, like I say, we didn't have the deposit. We had to lend that. But as soon as about half a year later, after we got the house, everything settled down and all the payments were steadily going out and all the other bills were steadily going out. Now, we took a loan out. I think we'd paid about 1,500 back by then. We took a loan out for 5,000 again from the bank and paid our back. And I may or may not have used £800 of that money to buy a new bike. Whoops. But it was just the fact that I wouldn't let prices put you off. I mean, the reason we did it was we were paying £385 a month just for rent. And the mortgage repayments were only going to be £280. So we thought, well, it's a no-brainer, really. We can get a house. We can get a big house. I mean, we got a 3-bedroom house just so we could, well, so we didn't have to move in the future, really, because we're planning on family and all that. I mean, I know I'm only young. Myself, I'm only 22, and my lass is 21 next month, which is why we're going away. We were young at the time when we did it, but we did it nevertheless. Word of warning: if you do the same tactic we've done, and you borrow money, or you get given money, that's what you've got to describe it as. You've been given money for the deposit. You haven't rented off someone because they'll not give you it. That's where we had a bit of trouble. We had just said that it was from the savings. We just saved up. And it came to a couple of weeks from signing the papers, and we had slipped up and said, oh, we had lent the money, which totally fucked you over. We did turn it into saying, I mean, it was in the same meeting, and we managed to turn it around and say that we hadn't really technically lent it, we had been given it. To buy a house. So we had worded it differently so we could still do it. Because they were going to turn around and say we couldn't do it because it would void the mortgage or something, because we had lent money to lend money. Which is logical really, because they might have thought that we couldn't pay for it since we were already paying the first loan back. But it wasn't really a loan, like I say. I mean, in the end, I think we've ended up paying about £230, £250 more on top, and that's not including. I mean, that like we're paying £250. £250, I can't remember. But overall, we're paying about £600 a month out just for the house, and that's not including bills like gas and electric and things like that. That's just for the mortgage, the loan, and the council tax. Just randomly have a horse. Like I say, my word of warning is, if you do it this way, tell your solicitor, or your, I think it's a solicitor, I don't know, something about chartered accountant? No, I don't know. Tell the person who deals with the money, there we go, that it was given to you, and they'll still have to do a background check on the person who's given it to you, mind. I mean, I think that's what pissed the woman off really, is because she had to do all these background checks and she had to charge her more. Even though we paid an all-inclusive price, but okay. That's another thing as well. Factor in solicitors' fees, because they can rack up a lot. I think it was £1,500 that we paid in solicitors' fees alone. That was just for the like the directories and the land registries and all this crap. But in the end we got it. But like I said, I would do it because at the end of the day it's money in your pocket when you buy a house. It's not some like money in the landlord's pocket, which is another reason why we did it. I mean, we were, like I say, we were paying nearly £400 a month out of someone else's pocket for no gain of ours really. I mean, at least now when we're paying money in, about £100 of that is going to us because the rest is interest. Well, that's my 2 cents on it, but like I say, it's just, if I was you, I would do it. Just do it. I mean, I know the house we bought is in pristine condition. That's why we got it for 60. But we could in a few years' time remortgage, and then do the house up. I mean, it needs quite a bit done to it. New roof, new windows, new windows. About 15-20 grand needs to be spent. But at the end of the day, that's only going to bring it to 80 grand. We can easily sell this house for 110, which is what the houses around are selling for.